Hashima, the ghost island of Japan. Imagine this. You are in the middle of the sea, 9 kilometers off the Japanese coast. Before you rises an island, barren, dark, surrounded by walls. From afar, it looks like a giant battleship. And that is why people call it Gunkanjima, the Battleship Island. Welcome to Hashima, Japan's most mysterious ghost island. Once, behind these gray concrete facades, life was intense. So dense, so full of contradictions, that it still fascinates today. The island was tiny, only 480 meters long and 160 meters wide. Smaller than many city parks, and yet more than 5,200 people lived here at the same time. That made Hashima the most densely populated place in the world. Families lived in cramped apartments, just 15 to 20 square meters for an entire family. There were no kitchens. Meals were cooked in large canteens. Men often ate in the workers' dining hall, while families gathered in common rooms. The apartments were only for sleeping and resting. Cooking, washing, even playing happened outside in shared facilities. And yet Hashima was like a miniature city. There were schools, kindergartens, hospitals, even small cinemas. Children ran through the courtyards of concrete or played on the rooftops, where there was barely space to kick a ball. Adults hurried every day into the mine shafts deep under the sea to dig coal. Privacy was almost non-existent. Toilets were usually on the communal corridors. Life happened in the hallways. You could hear your neighbors, smell them, live wall to wall, with no way to escape. And still, life worked. Because Hashima was a microcosm supplying itself. There were small shops that sold rice, vegetables, and fish. Expensive, of course, because everything had to be brought in from outside. And then there were the rooftop gardens. Since there was no natural space on the island, people built tiny gardens on the flat roofs of their blocks. In wooden boxers and metal tubs, they grew vegetables, herbs, even flowers. Little oases of green in a sea of gray concrete. Women hung their laundry to dry up. Their children flew kites in the endless ocean wind. The rooftops became the meeting places of life. But life was tough. Coal dust hung like a gray veil over everything. The work underground was dangerous. Many paid with their lives. And still, there was community. Neighbors knew each other. Families helped one another. Children moved freely from one apartment to the next as if they were their own. Despite hardship, there was routine. Men went to the mine. Women to household and gardens. Children to school. Then came the year 1974. The coal mine closed. Oil had long since replaced coal. And within weeks, every single resident left. The island, once the densest place on Earth, was suddenly empty. A ghost town. Today, Hashima is silent. The walls crumble. Roofs collapse. Nature slowly takes back the concrete. But if you look closely, you will still see traces: rusty railings, abandoned classrooms, the remains of a rooftop garden that once brought hope, a broken bicycle, a faded bar sign, children's playgrounds left to rot. These ruins whisper, here, people once lived, worked, and dreamed. Hashima is a symbol for industrialization, for progress, and decline, for human resilience in the harshest conditions. And in July 2015, Hashima was officially recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, part of Japan's Meiji Industrial Revolution. Today, tourists can book boat tours, 3 to 4 hours, including a guided walk. But only parts of the island are open, and because of the danger of collapse, access is limited. The best seasons to visit: spring and autumn, when the weather is mild and the sea calm. but tours can be canceled at short notice. Storms and high waves often block the way to this ghostly monument. This is Hashima, a place of steel and stone, of coal and dreams, of life and silence, a place that will never be forgotten.